Good morning. Good morning. Today I want to talk about environmental toxins. And when I say environmental toxins, you think about things like oil spills and chemicals in rivers. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the environmental toxins that are in your own home. Because if we start thinking about all of the things that we're exposed to on a daily basis, it's really overwhelming and scary. So I like to control the controllables. And what we can control is what comes into our house. So I want to talk about the top 3 things that you would find in your home, and I'm sure that are probably in your home, and these things that you can actually control to make you and your family healthier. So a little bit of background. There are roughly 80,000 chemicals that are registered for use in the United States in commerce, and those are largely untested on humans for safety. And a lot of these find their way into our food, into our household products, into our cleaning products, our cosmetics and personal care products. And so it's really important to know what these are and how we can best avoid them. So these chemicals do a couple of things. They are hormone disruptors, and so they affect our hormones, our thyroid, our sex hormones, our stress hormones. And this is not just women, it also applies to men. They are obesogens. Some of these chemicals are obesogens. They actually are making us fat. For instance, in pesticides, there's about 1 billion pounds of pesticides that are sprayed on our food every year in the United States. And 9 out of the 10 most popular pesticides are obesogens. And they actually, what they do is they disrupt the cellular process. They affect how fat cells form. They affect our hunger hormones. And so those chemicals can actually make us fat. So I want to talk about my top 3 recommendations for avoiding these chemicals in your home. So the first one is in our food, buying organic. As much as you can, buy organic produce and any kind of grass-fed, free-range meats, and any kind of packaged or processed foods, which you should be avoiding. But as much as you can, buy organic, as much as your budget will allow. You can go to the Environmental Working Group, it's ewg.org, and look at their annual list of the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15. They test every year the amount of herbicides and pesticides that are sprayed on various crops. And the Dirty Dozen are the 12 most dirty fruits and vegetables that you should buy organic, and definitely. And then the Clean 15 are the least toxic, and those are the ones that are safer to buy conventionally grown. But again, I would do as much as possible buying organic because you don't want these chemicals in your body. The next thing would be plastics. We all know about BPA, and we look for that BPA label. Oh, my water bottle is BPA free. But the thing is that what they replaced BPA with, which is BPS, is actually just as bad, maybe even worse. So anytime you have a chemical, a plastic, it's got a chemical called a plasticizer in it. That's what BPA and BPS are. And that leaches into the water and into the food, particularly if you heat in it. Never, ever, ever reheat in plastic. But even just the fact that the water or the food is sitting in this plastic for a period of time. And if you think about like a plastic water bottle and where those water bottles have been and what they've been through. I mean, they're not in a those bottles are not in a controlled temperature all the time, right? They're going to be heated, which is going to make it more likely for the plastic to leach the chemicals. If they're stored or they're transported, they're stored in hot conditions. The same thing with food. If food is packaged, hot, or if it's like a little bit acidic, the food's got some acid in it, it's going to make that plastic leach. So you should use glass containers as much as possible to store food in your home. Silicone is okay, but I personally prefer glass as much as possible, and like I said, never reheat in plastic. So the dangers of the plasticizers, the BPA and the BPS, are that they are hormone disruptors, and they will disrupt, like I said, your sex hormones, your stress hormones, your thyroid. And again, this is dangerous for women as well as for men, because what happens is it messes with their synthetic hormones, and they mess with your hormone sorry, I'm like losing my train of thought. Your hormone receptors. So your actual hormones are then not able to connect to the receptors so that they can do the job that they have to do, because those receptors are being blocked by the synthetic hormones. So, and so in women, obviously this can cause, hormone imbalances and cause infertility, but it's the same for men. It can actually cause low testosterone and infertility as well. So the next thing would be your personal care products. And we're talking about soap, shampoo, toothpaste, your lotions, your makeup, anything that you put on your body. Your skin is your largest organ, and we absorb all of those chemicals through our skin. There are about 1,400 chemicals that are allowed to be used in personal care products in the United States that are banned in the European Union. The FDA is the agency that oversees this industry, and it's largely unregulated. It's just like the Wild West out there. People can put whatever crap they want into your products. You've really got to be your own detective, and you've got to look out for yourself and what you're putting on your skin. Again, the Environmental Working Group has a great database. It's called the Skin Deep Database. It's available online at ewg.org, or they have an app. And with the app on your phone, you can actually scan the barcode of the product in the store, and you can take a look at their rating, and you can see what chemicals are in it, what those chemicals are linked to, and what the overall toxicity rating of the product is. So that's a great source. But overall, I try as much as possible to stick to the natural things. You can use coconut oil as a moisturizer, essential oils. I'm huge into essential oils. I use essential oils for almost everything. I don't have anything in my medicine cabinet except for Band-Aids and saline solution. It's all about essential oils for me, and you can use those for so many different things. And then for women, you need to look for cleaner cosmetics, and there are a lot of cleaner cosmetics lines out. Juice Beauty is one that I use. I primarily use Beauty Counter. Beauty Counter has a mission to, they have a list called the 15 Nevers, 1,500. There's 1,500 nevers that they never put into their products. And they are actually a company that is lobbying for stricter guidelines for this industry. So not too often that you find a company that's trying to get more regulations for itself. And they also carry a men's line, so they're a much safer line. Again, the essential oils. There's a lot of different clean companies out there, and you can find some of those on the EWG database. So that is it for those things, for the top 3 things that I would recommend you do to avoid toxins in your home. So if you have any questions, as always, you can message me or email me at Kathy@mccannnutrition.com. And I am happy to give you a free half-hour health strategy call if you want some one-on-one coaching on how to make your life healthier, okay? Thank you, and have a fantastic day. Bye.